Hi, my name is Zia Rahman and I'm working with YUJ Design as a Chief of Operations. Today I'm going to talk about design thinking, a buzzword these days. I would like to cover the need of it, the process involved, and the role of design thinking in the digital transformation journey. Design thinking now has emerged as an essential ingredient for digital transformation success of any company. CIOs of today's world now talking about sitting in their boardroom and planning the strategy to adopt design thinking as a process or as a tool to innovate new solution and new business models. If you look around in recent year, there had been an exponential growth of technological capabilities, and hence the tech startup companies are able to innovate solution around new business model, which has created a disruption in the market. And these smaller companies are capturing the significant market share and scaling much faster than any large established players. In fact, have become a threat to big organization. Now, these large organizations are under tremendous pressure to change because these digital disruptors using technology are quick in orchestrating their people, their processes, and their resources more effectively, and that has enabled them to have a connected workforce to create innovative solutions to solve the day-to-day problem of consumer through a new business model, and that is creating a new value for both consumer and provider. Interestingly, those were never been existing before. While the leader of the large companies are worried and looking to quickly embark their digital transformation journey to save their business from being disrupted in the growing digital world, they know that this transition from business as usual to digital is not an easy task because uh, in this journey there is a big organization change of technology, business processes, and innovative working model which are required at all level of organizations to innovate new business solutions. This is where design thinking comes as a savior and help organization to surface out the exact problem that are complex and undefined, where design thinking with its underlying design principle of user-centered design approach, not much different than what we generally do with UX design. Firstly, get a deep insight into the consumer needs and wants, and then after analyzing the data collected, identify the real problem, and then create innovative solutions or alternate solutions to address these complex problems. Now let's understand the process involved. There are five step process, and those are empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. Let me just give you a brief description of all of these five steps. To begin with, the first step is empathize. As name suggests, it is a discovery phase to gain an insight into the user and their real needs. This involves a team of experts go to the field and meet user and try to find out the concern by observing, monitoring, or empathizing with them to understand their work function, their expectations, their emotions, and the pain areas. The second step is define, and after the field study, you put together all the information you have gathered in the step one. This is where you would analyze and observe and then synthesize in order to define the core problem areas which are either being poorly addressed before or not even been identified by others. Now coming to the third step, which is ideate. You are now ready to generate ideas by thinking out of the box and generate new solutions to the problem statement that you created. And while doing so, you would start looking for alternative ways of viewing the problem, and then in return may find alternate solution to the problem. It's good to have as many as possible ideas to begin with, and then using some ideation techniques you investigate or test your ideas so that you find the best way to solve a problem. Now coming to the fourth step, prototype. You will now produce a number of inexpensive conceptual prototypes of the product so that you can investigate the possible solutions to the problem that have been identified earlier. With each new prototype, the team investigate different aspects of the problem and explore how each of the prototypes would fix the problem. From here, the team should be ready to move on to the final step of design thinking, and that's called test. At this stage, you would test your selected prototypes by sharing within the team itself or with actual user and see how well they solve or handle the problem by problem being identified earlier. With this process, it allows you to go back to the previous stage and then revise the information and correct the solutions to get the best output of the product. So by end of this phase, you would get an idea whether the produced solution output is accepted or needs improvement or to be re-examined or completely rejected altogether. This would help you to understand how a user would feel, behave, and react while experiencing the end product. This is pretty evident now that in today's fast-moving digital world, it is highly critical for companies to adopt technology, transform their business models, and create new value system for the ecosystems to be successful and also thrive in highly competitive market. And design thinking, we were talking, is a effective tool to tackle these problems this transition brings up. With this, I conclude today's topic, and I would like to thank you very much for listening to me. We'll come back with more interesting topic in the future. Do drop us a message if you have any query. Thanks once again. Take care and bye bye.